Sunday Law Update. The late Francis selected Pope Leo Robert Prevost to be successor. Pope Leo has all the green flags in enforcing the mark of the beast, the coming Sunday Law. And here are the reasons why. This is deeper than we thought. Welcome, dear friends, to TIBP Media. Kindly like and share this important prophecy update to all. John the Revelator says in chapter 17 verse 9, "Here is the mind which has wisdom. The 7 heads are 7 mountains on which the woman sits." NewYorkTimes.com says, live updates. Robert Francis Prevost, now Leo XIV, is the first American Pope. Cardinal Prevost was elected on the second day of the conclave, becoming the leader of the 1.4 billion Roman Catholics. He greeted his new followers by saying, "Peace be with you." Dear friends, do you realize that it is a possibility that this present Pope Leo XIV has actually been selected by Pope Francis the Jesuit before he passed away? The answer is yes. And the media outlets are pointing in this direction. Notice carefully. Headlines: Francis appointed 4/5 of the cardinals who will choose the next pope. 4 out of 5 of the cardinals who will soon select the next pontiff owe their positions to Pope Francis. So Pope Francis places 4/5 of the cardinals who will choose the next pope, and that would be none other than Pope Leo, because Pope Francis told them to vote Robert Prevost. NBCNewYork.com says, in his first words as Pope Francis' successor, uttered from the loggia of St. Peter's Basilica, Leo said, "Peace," and emphasizes a message of harmony and peace, dialogue and missionary evangelization. He wore the traditional red cape of the papacy, a cape that Francis had ensued on his election way back 2013. Dear friends, Pope Francis clearly had his eye on Prevost and in many ways saw him as his heir apparent. He brought Prevost to the Vatican last 2023 to serve as the powerful head of the office that vets bishop nominations from around the world, one of the most important jobs in the Catholic Church. And in last January, he elevated him. Pope Francis elevated Robert Prevost into senior ranks of cardinals. As a result, Prevost had a prominence going into the conclave that few other cardinals had. Understand that this name Pope Leo XIV, and this appears to be pointing to the fulfillment of end-time Bible prophecies. Now notice carefully. Why would this man choose the name Pope Leo? And of course, the 14th, meaning there's a Pope Leo XIII before him. And these men understand the history of Pope Leo XIII. He was the one who wrote this encyclical called Rerum Novarum. What is the encyclical Rerum Novarum all about? Please note that Rerum Novarum Pope Leo XIII was actually promoting Sunday rest by law, Sunday worship by law. Look at the document in front of you. This is the encyclical by Pope Leo XIII, Rerum Novarum. If you take the namesake, it's because you are going to continue that mission. Do you see this, dear friends? Because Pope Leo XIV wants to continue the mission of Pope Leo XIII. To continue that mission promoting Sunday worship by law, Sunday rest by law. And that's your second paragraph, Rerum Novarum, the encyclical Pope Leo XIII. The Trump administration and Project 2025 is working on Sunday laws, so the very agenda of the Trump administration is in part the agenda that was promoted by Pope Leo XIII. So the question is, will Pope Leo XIV continue that agenda? Yes, that's why he chooses the name Pope Leo. Do you think it's accidental why they choose a man from America? Follow me, dear friends. Do you realize for the most part of the old world was predominantly governed by Roman Catholicism? And notice in modern times, the first we saw a pope coming from the New World. From where? South America. South America. That was Pope Francis, the Jesuit, Mario Bergoglio. I believe that it was a testing ground, dear friends. Now Protestant America has now received the first Pope hailing from its territory, America. Pope Leo Robert Prevost. What must happen in Protestant America? Answer: it will speak as a dragon. It will form an image to the beast. That's why Revelation 13:11, it says the first beast is Roman Catholicism, verse 1 and 10. That means America must form an image to Roman Catholicism. I believe that God allowed this event to awaken His people. The closing scenes of Earth's history are upon us. The image of the beast is almost completely formed. The mark of the beast is soon to be enforced, to be implemented. But some will say, oh, Elder Jericho, but Pope Leo is not Jesuit. Alright, that's a good question. You might be thinking, Pope Francis is a Jesuit, but Pope Leo is not a Jesuit. Listen to this, dear friends. CNN News. Robert Prevost, now Pope Leo XIV, is a member of the Augustinian religious order. Now watch this. This says that the Augustinian order, also known as the Order of the Augustinian, is a mendicant order of the Catholic Church. What does that mean? What happened during the 13th century? What was the name of the chief reformer who was called the Morning Star of the Reformation before even Martin Luther came into the scene? John Wycliffe. Who opposed John Wycliffe? Who persecuted John Wycliffe? The Augustinian mendicant friars. Great controversy. Let's read with me. Another evil against which the reformer wagged long and resolute battle was the institution of the orders of the mendicant friars. These friars swarm in England, casting a blot upon the greatness and prosperity of the nation. The youth were demoralized and corrupted by the influence of the friars. Great controversy, page 82. Wycliffe, reading on, Wycliffe now taught the distinctive doctrines of Protestantism. The kingdom of darkness trembled. Mendicant friars, such as Pope Leo XIV, who swarmed in England, listened in anger and amazement to his bold, eloquent utterances. The hatred of Rome was kindled to greater intensity, and again she plotted to silence the reformer's voice. Dear friends, Pope Leo XIV right now belongs to the order of the mendicant friars. And what is the progenitor of the mendicant friars? Answer: to overthrow Protestantism. It's the same as the Jesuit movement. Jeremiah chapter 13 verse 23 says, "The leopard cannot change its parts, neither can you do good who is accustomed to do evil." Mercy. That's the prophet Jeremiah. So this organization, the Augustine, the mendicant friars, it is in its DNA to do evil, to overthrow Protestantism. So now, do you think it's accidental that a prominent cardinal born in America, the US, has been selected to become Pope, who belongs to the Augustinian order, the mendicant friars? Absolutely not. It was a careful plan. This new Pope is the perfect choice to spearhead and promote Project 2025, Sunday laws.
In the world, but our cultural and educational institutions, America's soul, have succumbed to leftist rot. Military might and worldly wealth alone are not enough to preserve our founding principles, nor are once-in-a-generation electoral miracles like 2016. Our future existence as sons and daughters of freedom requires the satisfaction of a single paramount objective: the categorical defeat of the left. America cannot and will not survive. Otherwise, our time calls for an American crusade, yes, a holy war for the righteous cause of human freedom. We make a lot of assumptions about where our culture is, and we're wrong. And if we don't crusade a holy war, a righteous holy war for freedom, we're not going to save it.
A law concerning worship will come with a death decree. This is exactly what the third angel's message is warning us about. That whoever worships the papal beast and worships on Sunday as their holy day will experience the wrath of God. Will there be a death decree enforced against commandment-keeping people of God? MediaMattersForAmerica.com says, Heritage President Kevin Roberts, it would be very difficult, he says, for the Trump administration to make policy without at least consulting Project 2025 and the Heritage Foundation. We think, I quote, we think this is the beginning of a golden era. And he says that it will be very difficult for the Trump administration to make laws without Project 2025.
Similarly, Project 2025 calls for the next administration to execute every person who is currently sitting on federal death row.
In the book Education, it says, Ellen White, God said that He has an army at end time that will carry the light of Christ. Ellen White says, the greatest want of the world is the want of men. Men who will not be bought or sold. Men who is in their inmost souls are true and honest. Men who do not fear to call sin by its right name. Men whose conscience is as true to the duty as the needle to the pole. Men who will stand for the right, though the heavens fall. Dear friends, are you willing to stand up for Christ, though the heavens may fall? A simple, direct, and sincere appeal. Kindly type in the comment section, I will stand for Christ. I will stand for Christ. If God is with us, who can be against us? Thank you, dear friends, for joining our Bible prophecy study today, and may God bless you.